In this video, we're going to take a look at child record feature while viewing a record. So Brobench allows you to explore the full details of a record. There are multiple ways to open a record. You can enter an ID here, or you can just open the pop-up when you are browsing a particular record in Salesforce, or you can click on the quick record lookup. You can enter multiple record IDs and it previews them. And when you bring up the full record details, it shows the additional information related to the record. Primarily the fields. It shows all the fields of that particular record, of course the fields that you have access to. And then the second tab that it's going to show is a child records. So this is a feature that was introduced in 4.6 version of Brobench. So when you click on a child records, it brings up all the associated child records of this particular record that we are viewing. So currently I'm viewing an account record of this particular ID, and this is the name of that particular record. And it has multiple child fields, but it is going to show only the child fields or the corresponding records where the child records exist. Okay, so you can see that it shows all the child records grouped by the child field. So if there are multiple child fields for the same object, you would see them multiple times with a different child field name corresponding to that. And within a bracket, you would see a number of records within that for that particular child relationship. In this case, cases, which is of type case, there are 3 records. Contacts of type contact has 2 records, and then DL underscore test underscore R. So that is a typical custom child relationship name, and of type DL test C has 2 records, so on and so forth. So as you're viewing, it does show other common denominator columns of every record. So keep in mind that the number of columns that we show here, it has to be applicable or common at least for majority of the records. So that we pick the 5 fields that we think that people would care about. So we show the ID, the name of the record. When I say name it, we sometimes also include the case number, account number, customer number, so on and so forth of that particular record. The record type, so if there is a record type associated with that record, that will show up. And then owner of the record, modified date, modified by, the created date, and then as well as the created by on the last. So that information is shown for every record, every child record, if that particular there. So when you are viewing a child record, you can navigate to them. For example, you can click on this, and then it shows the sample preview, and then it comes with the various options that you can do, or you can just click on it, for example, and then it will bring up it'll open that particular record in a full details mode, right? So then you can see its own full fields. You can see its own child records, so on and so forth. You can keep going. I can view its child records if there are any. Of course, in this case, there are no child records. And then if there are any, it would have shown, and then you can click on the ID, and then you can navigate or open that particular record in a full screen mode. Okay. So child records is a powerful way for us to understand the relationship. Sometimes when we are viewing a particular record in Salesforce, the records are shown in various places and all that. So here it is going to show all the child records, even the one that is actually shown in the UI or not, whichever that you have access to in this particular mode. So keep in mind, coding for the child records is an expensive operation. So we cache the metadata for all the associated objects. So in case of you have added a new field, child field, that you have changed something, make sure that you go and refresh that particular cache. For example, let's say you have updated the case child fields. You can go to the case, and then you can click on refresh, or also you can click on quick actions, the clear cache, that will clear all the metadata cache across all the objects. So next time it's going to access, it's going to get the latest details. Okay. So this is about the child records capability in Brobench. Thank you.